I feel like it's been a while since I just sat down and talked to you guys. So I have a Q&A that I posted on Instagram not too long ago. Got a ton of questions on it. I'm also gonna have everything timestamped in the description if you wanna know what we talk about in this Q&A. So let's jump into it with the first question. How do you start a YouTube channel? You pick up the camera and you hit record. A lot of people overcomplicate it. I know it sounds intimidating, so many people are doing it. If you got a cell phone, you can have a YouTube channel. You just gotta start and worry about all the other shit later. Worry about the equipment and the microphones and the cameras and the tripods. That comes down the line. You don't need that stuff to start the channel. You just need to start and then worry about that stuff later. A couple of questions about getting sponsored and noticed by companies. It's really just a matter of, building up your following, and that takes time. I understand that's not easy to do as well, but that's what companies are looking for. Someone who's marketable, someone who has a large reach, someone who has an impact on their audience. So it's not really just about the size of the following, but what you're doing with that. Are you making an impact? Are you a positive person? Are you giving back in any way? So, just keep putting yourself out there, and eventually, it could come around. I'm not gonna say that for every single person you're gonna get sponsored by X or Y company that you wanna get sponsored by, but it's not to say it's impossible. How do you know when you're big enough and you have enough muscle mass to enter your first physique competition? I think for most people, the first show, you're never going to be 100% satisfied with how you look. I look back on myself and I'm like, damn, I had to get down to about 158 pounds to step on stage and be lean, and I wasn't as lean as I think that I could have been, and a lot of it has to do with I didn't have enough muscle beforehand, so I didn't give myself a long enough off season to really build up, and then when I cut down to have more mass. So I would say, if you don't think that you're big enough, or if you're already relatively lean and you feel small, maybe give yourself some more time in the off season. But if you want to do a show, try it out and then learn from that. Learn where your weak points are and learn what you have to work on moving forward. Would you like to do a powerlifting or any other fitness related competition? As far as physique goes, probably next year, 2018, powerlifting, maybe sometime in the future. With this gym coming up and everything, I'm sitting right outside of the gym right now. For those of you guys who don't know, if you missed a couple of the videos, I have a gym space now. I partnered up and we're doing Long Island Barbell Club is the name of it. So I'm not sure what my training is going to be like in this space, but I'll be sure to share that with you guys. And I'm not against doing any kind of competition, but nothing planned. What is your source of strength that allows you to continue pouring into others? Gratitude. I just wake up in the morning and I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in. I've worked hard for it and I'm not going to stop working. There's so much more that I want to achieve, but the fact that I have 100 people asking me questions on Instagram because they either want an answer or they see that they can get some value from me, and me being able to provide value and impact someone else's life is the reason why I do what I do. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm just happy for that and I want to just keep giving back. So I think it's important for you guys to find out what it is, what's your reason for waking up every morning. It's got to be something that keeps you driven and motivated. The most favorite YouTube video I've ever made would probably be my dad's transformation video. It ended up going like semi-viral. It got, I think it's close to it's over 1 million views, I think, but it wasn't about the view thing. It was getting his story out there and showing people that, so many excuses. It doesn't matter how old you are, what your job is like. He made time. He turned his lunch break into his training hour, and if you haven't seen that, I'll link it up for you guys, but I think that video really meant a lot to me. Have you ever had a teacher that you hated in high school? I don't like the word hate as far as teachers go. There were some that I didn't really get along with or agree with everything on, because in high school I was the kind of kid who was I was really outgoing. People call me the class clown, or I get kicked out of class for just acting like a dumbass sometimes. But I always did well in class, so the teachers liked me for that, but I was always just being an idiot. But there was this one instance where I filmed one of the teachers. I posted this, some of you guys are gonna be too young for this, but there was something called E-Bombs World. I'm sure some of you know what that is, but it was like YouTube back then. People upload videos. And I filmed my teacher riding like a stationary bike, but it was on rollers because he was the track and field coach. And I'm gonna play that for you right now.
A bigger picture. What the hell is going on? How do you stop? Well, usually I have something next to me whenever I'm on there. Oh my god. How funny is that? Go ahead. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I'm not implying that I hated that teacher, but it was just epic to see him take a spill. If you're watching this, you were a cool guy, but it was awesome to see you fall. Even the principal was standing outside the door laughing his ass off, so it was pretty epic. Is your gym going to be open to the public? Yes, we are going to have open gym hours. We're still trying to work that out. We're hoping to be open within 2 weeks or so. I'm still working on getting a couple more things as far as equipment goes, get the mirror on the wall, and we'll be good to go. I'll give you guys some more updates this week on that. At any point in your life, did you feel stuck? Not sure what direction you wanted to go in or what you wanted to accomplish in life? Of course, and anyone who says that they haven't is either lying or they've really just had a lot of stuff handed to them throughout their life. Because there are times, even still today, where I'm like, all right, what's going to be my next step? What's my next goal? How am I going to evolve from this to this to this? Because you always want to be working towards something. You always hear like, you know, moderation or being average is bullshit and you never want to stand still. And I agree with that. But there are times where I'm like, then what is my next move? And, you know, you get stuck. I went through college. I graduated with my degree in marketing. And there were times where I was like, what am I actually going to do with this? But I was also still doing the YouTube channel. And I knew that with that combined with coaching and helping others is what I wanted to do. So I took that and I used that as motivation to move forward and figure out what I wanted to do. But there are times still to this day where I'm like, all right, what's next? What's next? So you don't always have direction, but sometimes you just need to go and you'll figure it out on the way. All right, Travis asked this question. If you found out tomorrow that YouTube was shutting down and you could only post one final 10-minute video, what would it be? Clickbait. My last video. YouTube is shutting down. What I immediately have to ask you, Travis, is when is YouTube shutting down? Because what if I put all this time and effort into this epic video and then no one sees it because YouTube shut down before I can upload it or before people had a chance to actually watch it? So it's like I spent all this time uploading and it's gone. It'd probably be something epic, like some kind of montage of everything, all the comments. I don't know, Travis. I don't really like addressing questions like this, but I know some people are dealing with it, so I'll just mention it quick. How do you stay positive through the low times or just haters? And you just have to accept that people are going to dislike you. It doesn't matter. You can be the nicest damn person in the world. You can give someone $1 million and they might hate you the next day. Well, that'd be pretty shitty, but it's part of the game. I mean, especially if you're putting yourself out there on social media, there's something that someone doesn't like about you and you just have to accept it and realize that most of the time, when someone is hating, there's a difference. First, you have to understand the difference between like just someone hating you because they are extremely insecure with themselves and they get a rise out of making other people laugh or putting down people. And then there are the people that are actually giving you constructive criticism, and you have to be able to differentiate the two. So some people might come off as haters, but they're really just telling you straight how it is. And sometimes you need to take that with a grain of salt because they might just be an asshole behind that. But at the same time, I've looked at some of the comments and I'm like, damn, this guy's a dick. But I'm like, you know what? He's bringing up a good point, and I take some of that into consideration. But then you just get the people who just flat out hate you, and you just have to just ignore it. Is your gym going to be more powerlifting or bodybuilding focused? It's going to be a mix of everything. I mean, whatever it is that you step in these doors and you want to do, you'll have the freedom to do. I won't have, 5,000 pieces of equipment, but that's not to say that you can't step on a physique stage after training in here, bodybuilding stage, do a powerlifting competition. We'll have everything that you need. This is the Long Island Barbell Club, and we're doing our best to make sure that we create a community that everyone wants to come to, and you can hit your goals regardless of what they are. So I hope that answers your question. It'll be everything. Are you worried about how you're getting less and less views on YouTube? I'll always watch your shit. Thank you. But if it was me, I'd be disheartened and would lose motivation. Yeah, I mean, when you've been doing something for so long, I've been doing this for over 6 years now. You look at all the new people who came onto YouTube and they hit 100,000 subscribers in months, where it took a lot of us years and years to do. But that's the nature of being on a social media platform. There's always, like, I guess you can call it the next best thing, or someone else comes about and they bring a different vibe, a different atmosphere, different goals, and it's fun to follow different people. And when you've been following someone for so long, you're waiting to see what's going to change, or how is it going to be different, or how can he keep us entertained. And that's been my fault. I'm not going to sit here and say I deserve more views, because I don't. It's a direct reflection of the amount of time and work that I put in. I'll get that back. And I'm not going to sit here and bitch and say that it's YouTube's fault or the analytics fault or people are getting unsubscribed from my channel. I'm going to blame Google about it. I'm going to do what I can, so worry about what I'm in control of, and the rest of it, I just gotta go with the flow. So I think it's cool that people are up and coming and their channels are growing really fast. I think it's awesome. Does it get annoying sometimes that I don't get more views? Yeah, but I don't think I deserve more. I just got to keep working harder at it. So you just got to remember why you're doing something. I mean, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it and I love helping people and trying to have an impact on people. So whether that's 1,000 people or 100,000 people, it's still making a difference. So that's kind of what keeps me going and why I haven't quit YouTube yet. Congrats on the gym. Will you be having day passes? Yes, we will. What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. Just like 10 years ago, social media wasn't a big thing, so who knows what's going to come in the future. I can't worry about 10 years from now. I just got to take things step by step, set myself up for the future, but don't stress over it too much. Do you like your Alpha Bounces? Yes, I do. These are my Alpha Bounce shoes. I love them. Someone had messaged me actually asking if I use them for training. I've never actually lifted in them or ran in them, but I do wear them like out, and they're really comfortable. As I'm scrolling through, someone just said, why don't you push more people to subscribe? You lost a ton of followers because YouTube unsubbed people. You deserve more views. And I still do not think that I deserve more views. I mean, would it be cool? Yeah, of course. I'm just going to keep working hard, and if the views come, they come. But again, I can't control that YouTube unsubscribe people to my channel. I just got to work to bring some new people over to the channel, and that's what we're focusing on this year with the gym opening, with everything. It's going to be epic. But if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so before you go, and turn the notifications on so you know when I post. tips on how to grow your YouTube channel from 0 subs and 0 views. I mean, just start the damn channel and interact with your audience. That's the most important thing. It's not just about how much content can I push out there. It's put out meaningful content, and then when people interact with you, they write comments, they like your video, write back to them, engage in conversation, create a community that people want to be a part of, and give them a reason to come back and rewatch your videos or watch your newer videos. So it's about creating something that so that people know that you're invested in them as much as they're invested in you. A few people asking about hosting powerlifting meets. I actually think we are going to do that. I'll keep you posted on what we're going to do with that, but I believe probably USAPL, and yeah, we'll see. We'll keep you guys posted on that. What kind of tunes you're going to play in your gym? Whatever the hell we want. We have a huge speaker about this big that was actually from the Nassau Coliseum, so it gets loud, and we just have Spotify hooked up through Bluetooth, and whatever the vibe is for that day, we'll play that kind of music. So it might be rap, it might be rock, it might be house or EDM. All depends on what we're doing and how people feel. Have you ever had an injury that sidelined you from working out? How did you deal with it if so? Yes, I did. 3 herniated discs in my lumbar spine, which led to, sciatic pain and all that. I was on bed rest for a while. I couldn't tie my own shoes because it was so painful. It sucked. And how did I deal with that? I just had to take it day by day. I went to physical therapy, I went to chiropractors. I got multiple opinions, which is what I tell everyone to do. Don't just go to one person, because they might tell you something and they might not be up to date on current research. They might have some old school practices that they're trying to tell you, because most people will tell you you're never gonna lift again. I had people tell me, some chiropractors, you won't deadlift anymore, it's not a good idea, don't ever squat again. And now I'm feeling 100%. It sucked, and how did I deal with it was, again, I took things day by day, and I made sure to really invest a lot of time into my recovery and rehab. A lot of people just kind of push that off to the side, and they try and either fight through it and rush their way back into the gym, or they don't do it at all, and then they never actually get better, and they just deal with the pain. I wanted that shit to be gone. I didn't want it to cripple me anymore, and I think it's so important to treat your rehab as if you would treat your training program. Give it 110% every single time you're doing it, and that's the only way you're gonna get better. You try and rush recovery, you're just gonna set yourself up for another injury, so just be smart about it. Why are you still so small? I'm not sure. And last question, do you drink alcohol and do you ever get drunk? Yes. I think there's this misconception, or people just want to believe that their favorite YouTube fitness person or IG model doesn't drink alcohol, they're perfect every single day, their diet's on point, they don't go out at night, their Friday and Saturday nights usually consist of having a salad on the couch and then just going to bed early. Guys, that's not the reality. I'm not gonna speak for other people, although I have been to Vegas a couple of times for some expos. I went to Australia, I went to the UK. I've hung out with a lot of fitness YouTubers that you guys probably watch on a daily basis, and although we might not be showing the things that we do on weekends, yes, a lot of us do go out, a lot of us do drink alcohol, a lot of us do get drunk. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I don't, because I have nothing to hide from you guys, I have nothing to lie about. I like to have fun too. I'm a normal person who just likes to train and help other people better themselves. So I'm not saying that alcohol is gonna help you better yourself, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that I don't drink, I don't occasionally get drunk and go out with my friends. I'm sure there's plenty of people here that are underage, so if you're underage, I don't condone you drinking. I think drinking in moderation is fine. Everyone defines moderation a bit differently. I choose to sometimes get drunk when I drink, sometimes, and that's just the way I live my life. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I can tell you I've had some good times with some of your favorite fitness YouTubers, and it's been an awesome time. So that's gonna wrap up this Q&A. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I'll link all the social media up on the side of the screen right here so you guys can check me out on there. But thank you guys for the questions, I appreciate it. Gym updates coming this week. So again, if you're not subscribed, make sure to do so. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. I try to do that cool thing where you do this and the video ends, and I missed. I went like that. Yeah.